What is going on? Today we're going to talk about an exchange that I have partnered with. And I don't typically do these videos, but I do trade. So it's important to understand how we use an exchange as a trader and how I've been using BloFin to make money in these markets. Jumping in, let's go and take a look at BloFin, the new exchange that we got with our channel. We do have an amazing sign-up bonus as per usual, but do your due diligence. Go in, check out the exchange, and you can make a choice if you'd like to use this exchange. I like it. I like BINGX and I like BloFin, and I would never show you anything that I wouldn't use myself. So going in here, the basics, okay? So basically you can go in here and use your credit card to buy USDT typically. You can say, okay, I want to buy $1,000 worth of USDT, and then they have their payments here. And this is how you can get started. However, for me, I always suggest going to something like Coinbase, anything within your area that you use to buy USDC, and then you can transfer it over into your assets account. Now, if I go over to my assets over here on the top right corner, as you can see, we can jump over there. So in my assets here, we have a couple of things. We have our total equity. You can see 574 here. Our funding account, our spotting account, our futures account. Okay, so typically when you buy, it's going to be in your funding account or in your spot account. So you can go over to here, and you can see I got 18 bucks over here in my funding account. So what I'm going to want to do as a trader is I want to trade futures. Okay, futures allows me to short and buy the market, okay, long and short. Okay, so I can go over here on the top right, and there's a transfer button. So this transfer button allows me to transfer between my futures account, my funding account. So I can go over here and simply go over to my funding account. I got to switch this one first. So I can go over to my funding account, and then I can go over to my futures account. I can hit transfer all if I want to do that. And I can confirm that, and then it will send it over to my futures account. So going over to the futures account, this is where we want to be making our trades. And then our spot account is where we want to buy on spot, meaning we don't have any stop losses or anything like that. So going over to spot. Spot is very simple. It's a simple buy or sell order. So you can see Bitcoin over here. Let's say I have some money on my spot, and I want to buy a limit order, which is just a simple order putting it in the books. So you're going to be putting an order within these books here. So let's say I want to buy Bitcoin at 60,800, right? So I'm going to set the limit order here at 60,800. And then depending on how much money I want to use, you can use the simple slide bar over here, very easy, and then press buy, and it will set a limit order. That doesn't mean it's filled. That means it's set, okay? So if price does come down to this area, it will be filled at that price given. You can also just simply go market, buy or sell, and however much you want to do, but there will be more fees associated with that. Now, the deal we do have on BloFin is that I am taking a 20% commission hit, and BloFin is matching that 20% commission. So you will have 40% less trading fees, which means 40% cash back to you guys, right? So I don't mind taking the hit, and BloFin matched that. So that's an amazing deal. I don't see it going around anywhere else except for with Kyle at Invest to Share. So make sure you guys sign up with my link down below. Now going over to futures. Now this is where the money is made, okay? This is where the money is made. And just the same as limit orders, we got it over here where we got limit and buy orders. As you can see, you want to be limited in. First thing I recommend, okay, before even starting to trade, you want to make sure that this is set on isolated. You do not want to cross margin. You want all your leverage, all your margin being used on Bitcoin only. You don't want to be spread across the accounts, because if one trade goes down, it could affect your other trades as well. So set this to isolated. Next thing you want to do is in the top right corner, you want to make sure that you pull up this settings menu, and you want to make sure your position mode is set to hedge mode. This is allowing you to go short, okay? Selling and buying the market, okay? So you want to make sure you're doing these settings prior to even starting, because once you're in a trade, you can't switch this, okay? You can't switch this. So switch this first, okay? And then make sure that you have place orders selected off and reverse position on and close all positions on. And these will confirm, as you can see here on the orders, okay? So you want to make sure your settings are set up properly. Then you have your order book. Then you have your positions, open orders, and history down below here. So for me, right now, I have nothing open, right? So let's say I wanted to buy Bitcoin. I would switch this to limit, right? And then I'm looking to buy and sell. So if I'm looking to sell, and let's say I've got a key level up top here. Let's say it's right around here. I can set a limit order, right? So I can click the order book, which I typically always do, and 61,980. So I can go 61,980, right? And then let's say I want to trade 5% of my account, and I hit short. Okay, this is typically how I enter a trade. However, with this order, so you can see it's just sitting there. I need a stop loss, right? I need a stop loss. Typically, you can put in a stop loss right here as you put in the order if you want to do it ahead of time. But a lot of the times, I just hit it here, and then I can adjust this down here. So you can see open orders. I have an open order here, and then I can modify or change it within here. Now, let's say I get short. So just for an example, let's go in here and let's get short. So you can slide this up and down. Now, I really like this feature on BloFin. This is very important for me as a trader, where I can slide this up and down. So let's say I want to get short here. Let's pull the limit down right close. Let's see if the price comes up and touches that order. It seems to be running away from me today. Let's see if it does. Look, it's running. So you can keep chasing it if you so wish, so that order gets filled. So we'll just wait here a couple seconds, and then it'll be open on your positions. Okay, so also another thing to know while we're waiting is how much leverage are you using? On the top right here, you can see you have a certain amount of leverage. Okay, so you want to be adjusting your leverage according to how you want to trade. Okay, for me, I use leverage in order to replace the amount of margin that I'm using. So I will crank up my leverage pretty high, around 40 to 50x. However, I do not suggest starting that high. I suggest playing around with it a little bit, seeing what you are comfortable with, because it's going to add a lot of changes to your trade, making it so that it's definitely hard to manage your risk, right? To manage your risk. So make sure you're using low leverage. I suggest underneath 10x leverage. Now you can see here, we're in a trade, right? However, I do not have a stop loss. Okay, this is not good trading. Okay, so you can see down below here, let me move myself here. So you can see, let me shrink this a little bit here, and then you can see a little bit more accurately here on the side. Now you can see here that we do not have a stop loss here. So now we're in a trade. This is the important part to learn, right? So we're in a trade here. We need a stop loss, right? We need to make sure that we have good risk management. So what are we going to do here? So we will go over here and go over to stop loss, right? And let's say we want to get stopped out at 61,500, okay? And we will lose $6.05 USDT if we get stopped out there. So maybe our risk management was higher than that. Let's put it at 700. We're willing to lose $10, okay? So we put that at 700 there. We hit OK. This will be marketed in, right? And that's where we'll get stopped out. Now this is take profit, stop loss is down here. So 61,700, right? And we hit confirm. There's our stop loss. So 61,700, you can see right there, is now on the books. So if price gets up to this area, we will be stopped out. Now you can also slide this around where you want to get stopped out. Okay, let's put it a little bit closer, risk a little bit less money. Now, another thing to add, okay, another thing to add is definitely where you want to get out. So you can see down here, you can change this to limit or last, right? So last price. So you can see here, we have a number. So let's say we want to close 50% of our position, 50%. And I want to get out at 61,070. So 61,070. That's where I want to get out. So I will hit close. 50% close, right? Not market, close. So that will get me out 50% of my position. And I can also slide this around. So that's take profit 1, right? Let's say I want to close the other 50% at 60,900, right? Then I go amount, I go 50%, and I hit close again, okay? So now I have 2 take profits here. So I can slide these around. Let's say I want to get out here, and I want to get out here, okay? So now I have a full trade set up. Let's say I'm putting my stop loss above those highs, and look at that. We are set up. So I will take profit here, and I will take profit here, right? You can play around with this on how you want to take profit. You can take 20% out. You can take 100% out, right? You can close the trade completely. You can exit these ones right here, right? Don't close your stop loss. Always have a stop loss. And let's put it right at open here, 61,062. Now, the beautiful thing is that I can just type in 61,000, right? Amount, 100%, and hit close, because I know that's down below. And then I can just drag it to where I want it, right? Which is a nice feature to have, okay? So that's basically futures trading. You can sell, you can buy in both directions. Make sure you have hedge mode on, make sure you're isolated, and make sure you're managing your risk and the amount you're looking to trade, okay? So that was just an example of how you can enter and set up your orders on BloFin, okay? You want to be using all these tools at your disposal and using them properly, okay? BloFin also has copy trading, which I don't personally use, so I won't personally suggest it to you, right? But you can look into this and follow some people who have win rates and copy trade them. There's a whole bunch of people who are clearly successful, but do that at your own risk. So for me, it's mostly about buying on spot, buying on futures, and then you can earn money on the money that you're not using. So let's say you made 10 grand and you just want to deposit it somewhere. You can go in, store your USDT, and you will make some APY on that depending on how long you hold it. So that's also another nice option. But for me, I really just wanted to cover futures trading for you guys and how I implement my trading and how I use it to make money in these markets, okay? If you're trading like we are, we're using an exchange and we're using futures, and you got to know how to use the order books. You got to know how to use your stop losses, your take profits, and all of that. So go in there. Use small amounts of money first. Get used to the exchange, up, down, all around. Trade some pennies. That's what I suggest. And get used to entering, exiting, and all those things so that when it comes time, you can be like, okay, I'm looking for a trade here. You go over to your trading view. You pull that up. You'll be like, okay, we're at a key level. I'm looking to short from here. This is my key setup that Alex O'Crypto gave in his Discord. He's saying he's looking for a short here from swing low to swing high. So I go into my exchange. Okay, I know the level is right around 62,000. Right, that's where I'm looking for my short. So then I can switch over to my exchange. I can go, let's get stopped out of this, right? I don't mind getting stopped out of that. It's a good risk management play here. But let's say I want to get in at 62,000. That was the key level that was given in advance, right? So I go over here. 62,000 is right there. So I'm looking for price to come within that area up here and be rejected, right? And then I'm targeting the lows. Now, don't forget, you can switch your time frames here. So you can see I just took a loss. That's okay. We're stopped out here. So my actual trade setup, 62,000. I will click the limit buy. I will go to the order books. I will risk whatever, 4% of my account at 62,000. I will hit short. The order will come in. Okay. There's my 62,000. Right? That's my area. And then I will go into my open orders. I can modify or change this as well. Just definitely wanting to use my stop loss, take profit, stop loss. So I put my stop loss in. Let's say my stop loss is checking my trading view. all the way up here, 62,500. Go back to my exchange. Stop loss trigger price, 62,500. We want it market because we do not want it to be missed. Okay, I hit confirm. And there my full trade setup is set. So now I know that I have a stop at 62,500, which hasn't showed up because the order hasn't filled yet, but I know my stop is here. I know my short setup is here. And if price comes up within this area, it's going to hit, trigger the trade, and then hopefully we come down and make some money and hit some take profits, okay? So that's how we do it here on BloFin. Remember to use the exchange. I hope this is good enough for you guys to help you kind of get used to using an exchange, using take profits, understanding how to enter and exit trades, and managing your risk, okay? Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Like and subscribe if you got any value over any of this. We go live Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look forward to seeing you in our awesome Discord down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.